Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Ride the Wave Tarot reading with Lilith Synergy. For today's reading, I'm going to take a look at your love lives over the next week, starting from the sign of Aries to Pisces. So take a look at what's going on in your love life over the next 7 days. Okay? Start with Aries. Thank you, Archangels, for your support. Aries, what's going on in your love life? Next 7 days. What's going on with Aries love? Aries love next 7 days. Thank you, Archangels, for your support. Aries love next 7 days. Hold on. Aries love next 7 days. What can they expect? What's happening with Aries in their love life over the next 7 days? What do they need to know? What's going on with my Arians? Aries, you have Neptune and Saturn in your sign. Okay. Make the effort, calling in your soulmate and honeymoon. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And honeymoon. I'm getting some sort of reconciliation. Love yourself first. There's a reconciliation. You guys separated for whatever reason. You do have Saturn and Neptune in your sign. And Neptune is the planet of idealism and romance. And Saturn is the planet of realism and practicality. So you may oscillate between being really optimistic about this connection. This could be infatuation, fantasizing, and then something happens where you pull back your energy. There's like this off and on, hot and cold, in and out, runner chaser dynamic. So there's a reconciliation after separation. You're going to reach out to this person, or they'll reach out to you, and then you guys will make up in some way. You'll reconcile, and then I don't want to say it's like re-idealization, but there could be one of you guys could have narcissistic tendencies. Not saying you're a narcissist, but you may be, or you or your person may enjoy the runner chaser dynamic. So you enjoy breaking up to make up, and somebody may intentionally create conflict and confusion and chaos in the relationship to cause a breakup. And then when you're separated, they can fantasize about you from a distance, and then you come back together and everything is okay for the moment. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So you could be the one who is creating the chaos and the confusion, or the person that you're with is doing this to you. And every time they come back, you run back to them. Or every time they go back to you, or every time you go back to them or you reach out to them, they'll come back to you. It's like this person is weak for you or you're weak for them. So there is some chemistry here, but somebody likes to play games, or when things get too comfortable, one of you guys like sabotages things. You make an excuse to break up with the person because of some deep insecurity about being unlovable. Love yourself first. So this person likes you a lot, or you like this person a lot, but the chemistry may be, it's not this chemistry. There are deep feelings here, but someone is uncomfortable with those feelings. They're uncomfortable in those feelings. So they create drama to cause some sort of separation. What's happening with Aries love? The next 7 days, Aries love, romance, relationships, next 7 days. What's happening for you guys? What can you expect? What's going on? Thank you, Archangels, for your support. What's going on with you guys? We have, strife. Thank you. Breaking up to make up. You guys could have like Mars square Venus, like Venus and Aries, something like that. Mars conjunct Venus too. Someone likes to fight and then make up after separation, especially now with Saturn and Neptune in your sign. So for you, distance makes the heart grow fonder. And I'm seeing here in this card, you can see the Saturn symbol, the North Node symbol, and Mars. Saturn representing some sort of delay, a block, obstruction, insecurity, a separation. And Mars represents passion. So when you guys are like, when you guys break up or you separate, their feelings for you grow stronger, or vice versa. When you separate, the connection seems to get more intense, and the person kind of feeds off of this, either you or them. Eight of Swords. This is nonsense. Yeah, Seven of Swords. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. You know, I just. Wow. What did I say? So we have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, then the Ten of Cups, then the King of Swords, then the Death card. It's like someone's full of crap. We got the Five of Wands, not Five of Swords, I'm sorry. Five of Wands, Seven of Swords. Seven and the Eight of Swords is the Six of Swords. So yeah, you guys separate, you break up occasionally. I don't want to be with you anymore. It's over. And then you come back together. So there could have been some sort of reconciliation. When you guys get comfortable or close, someone starts to overthink. I'm not good enough. I can't commit. What if they find out this about me? What if I fail to meet their expectations? This is like Saturn energy. Saturn and Gemini. Although this card says Jupiter in Gemini, I'm not seeing Jupiter. I'm seeing Saturn and Gemini. Jupiter and Gemini is overthinking, but there's an obstruction here. Someone is not communicating honestly. They're overthinking things. And so they do things to create dissension in the relationship. They pretend as if they don't see your text messages or your phone calls, or they lie about their feelings for you. Strength card, still holding on to this Hangman. Man, Knight of Wands, right? This is, somebody's going to start holding back. Somebody is peeping game and they're getting tired of it. So I don't know if that's going to happen this week, but this week, at the very least, you're going to enjoy some fun time together. If somebody tries to pull the same stunt of causing some sort of argument, then the outcome won't be the same. This person may get a little bit tired of it and they'll hold back. So if you guys reconcile this week and you have a great time for the next several weeks, and then you start pulling back or they start pulling back, it will be harder for you guys to reconcile the next time. Strength and Knight of Wands. Someone's blocking this. Hangman and the Queen of Wands. Someone's going to start pulling back their energy from this situation because they know it's a game. They know it's a game. They know that as long as they keep playing this game with you, that it won't stop. Or vice versa. You keep playing the game with them, then why stop? Right? They're getting what they want. So we got all these other energies here. We got the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is like an impulsive, impetuous, very sexual energy, non-committal. Someone is like holding back and they're refraining. There's a lot of chemistry here, but for one of you or both of you, there's like this thing where, you know, there's a separation or breakup just to build back the interest and momentum. You guys can get bored together. There could be Uranus, Venus aspects in your charts. Uranus in Capricorn, Venus, Uranus square Venus. Sorry, yeah, Uranus square the Sun, Uranus square Venus. I'm getting Uranus in Capricorn. 80s babies. That would definitely cause an issue for an Aries person. If you're born in the 80s, late 80s, and you have Uranus in Capricorn, you're someone who has a difficult time in long-term, consistent, monogamous, traditional relationships anyway. But if that's not the case for you, and you're not an 80s baby, or you don't have Uranus in Capricorn, this could still pertain to you in some way. Somebody lying about their feelings, not answering phone calls, not answering text messages, being, vague, elusive, one word responses, intentionally pulling back to cause you to overthink, then that makes them, it's like they want you to chase them to prove to them how much you love them, or vice versa. Somebody wants the person to chase them. And then you guys come back together, there's a fight, and there's this massive Hollywood production blow up, right? Somebody is living in some sort of fantasy. They want to have like this TV style romance, especially if you have Neptune and Capricorn. If you're an 80s baby, or early, or 80s to 90s, mid 80s to early 90s to late 90s. Neptune was in Capricorn from 85 to 99. So if you're born in that time period, you like that theatrical type romance. Lots of high highs and low lows. You're bored in a normal relationship. So you guys break up, and then you realize they're your soulmate. I miss him so much. If I didn't love him, I wouldn't miss him. And then you reconcile, and it's the same old cycle. Somebody's getting tired of it. What's happening beneath the deck? The Fool card, yeah. Somebody's getting tired of it. You do this again, whoever pulls this stunt again, it won't be as easy the next time to reconcile with this person. This is your card. Yep, blocked. You're going to have to work harder to get this person back. If you guys come together this week and you reconcile and you try to pull the same stunt, they're not going to tolerate that. Sorry. All right, now let's get to the sign of Taurus. Thank you, Aries, for listening. Let's go to Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the next 7 days. What can you guys expect? Taurians, what's happening? How y'all doing? Chiron is in your sign. It's going to go retrograde into Aries soon. But Chiron in your sign is going to be very transformative. Emotionally, psychologically. There's going to be some painful experiences, but those experiences are for growth. Growth and renewal and healing. Let's continue with Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the upcoming week. What can you guys expect here? What's happening with y'all? Taurus. Okay. Keep an open mind very soon. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversations. Express your love. Okay. So there's going to be an opportunity for you to be able to, I want to say, bury the hatchet. Well, I don't know why that wanted to come out. Bury the hatchet, or to get some sort of, there's one more missing. What is this? Okay. 5 cards. Interesting. A lot going on. So stay optimistic about your love life. Very soon you're going to meet someone. Keep an open mind about this relationship. Have a heart-to-heart conversation and express your love. Okay, this is for single. This is for connected. If you're in a relationship. Single. Calling you your soulmate. Trust. Thank you. All right, here's the issue. You guys have had a rough time of it when Uranus was in Taurus. There was a lot of instability in your relationships. Things kind of broke apart unexpectedly. Unexpected betrayals, unexpected endings of you guys growing apart. Things just seemed to be, it was hard for you to just like gain some sort of footing or ground, or to build any sort of relationship with a new partner over the past 8 years, or you could have broken up an established relationship. So you guys could have become very bitter, jaded, disconnected, and you're being guided to be optimistic about your love life, especially as Chiron is entering your first house or is on your sun or moon. You could meet a person that could help you to heal. Hopefully they'll help you to heal through non-triggering experiences. They'll help you to heal by giving you the security and the love and the support you need versus, forcing you to stick up for yourself, forcing you to put up boundaries, right? You want you want more gentle healing. You want gentle nurturing. You want to learn lessons in a more graceful way. You're tired of these tower moments and these painful, horrible endings. You want something that is nice. You want a gentle teacher, a gentle guide. So you're calling in somebody this week. You're going to, put out some sort of bat signals energetically that you're available for connection, and it will come your way soon. Heart to heart conversations. If you are with someone, you guys could have had like a separation recently, a lack of communication, a lack of connection, emotional, physical, or mental, um, because there's a lack of honesty. You guys are not, so you're talking, but you're not saying how you feel. You're very guarded with this person. You're very guarded with your person. You're afraid of losing your power. So you don't say how you really feel. You want to maintain your leverage. If they don't know you love them or like them a lot, then they can't hurt you. That kind of thing, right? If you don't love them, then they can't hurt you. But something is becoming untenable. Like it's not sustainable. You can't keep pretending as if you don't have feelings for this person. I'm going to say that the dishonesty at this point in suppressing and hiding your true feelings is actually causing conflict. So you guys are arguing about little petty things because neither of you wants to take the first step to be honest about your feelings. So you're going to start testing each other. You're going to start doing things to intentionally trigger each other, to force the other person to like express how they feel, to share their emotions. So now things are getting a little testy. Testy. And it's crazy because you guys like each other a lot, but if you're not honest about how you feel, resentment could brew here. Like there's some resentment on your side or their side about the fact that after all this time there's still no trust or commitment. Okay, let us continue. We're looking at two separate groups today for Taurus. For the single crowd who's waiting for love to enter their life. Now, I didn't do this for Aries because Aries reading was about a relationship that was off and on. So I'm letting the cards guide the way for me today. Not trying to force the issue. All right, so what's happening for the single Taurians? What's going on with you guys this week? Singles. Star card, yeah. Wishing and hoping for something to come on in. The North Node is in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams. You have been visualizing or imagining your ideal partner during this time period. If you've been single, you've been like thinking about the way that this person is going to look, or how they'll make you feel, or how they'll treat you, or the lifestyle you'll have. You're trying to manifest this. Trying to manifest this connection, and we have the World. Yes, you're ready to start a whole new cycle, letting go of the past. You want a whole new beginning, no baggage. You're keeping an open mind here with the World card. You're done with your exes. You're done with regrets. I think you've done a lot of healing too. You've done a lot of healing, Taurus. And because you've done a lot of healing, you are more attractive. You're becoming more attractive, or you're going to be able to attract what you want more easily because you're not blocking your blessings with like negative energy, negative thoughts, bitterness. You're not doing that. So there could have been some bitterness here, and you've healed that. You're ready to move on. For real, you're really ready to move on. That's why you have an open mind, or you're being advised to keep an open mind. This person may not look or be who you thought you'd end up with. And I think you're more receptive to that now because, you've been hurt so many times You've been hurt so many times and you're ready for something new. Yeah, Emperor. Yep. You want a boss. Not just a boss on paper, but somebody who knows how to take care of business, who knows how to manage life, right? Who you can learn from. Yeah. Money is something that you're thinking about too. Yeah, you want someone who got money. But not just it's not just about the money. It's about you know, being with the person who's evenly yoked, who you can build with. You could have gone through a divorce from his emperor also. Now, for some of you guys, this could be an older, elderly father who's not doing well as far as his health. That's a possibility too. For some of you, if you're single, but yeah, you guys, you want to be with a man, a real man that can provide and protect and give you security, but still be a good person. So it's not just about having money. You want them to also make sure you're safe. You want to feel safe with them. You want to feel loved with them. You want to feel like everything is going to be okay. And I think you're manifesting that. Uranus in Taurus is about the destruction of our safety and our stability. The things that we value are no longer conducive to our development. So we got to let go of our attachment. And you lost a lot during this cycle, the past 8 years. So you want someone who can come in and help you to rebuild your life and your confidence and self-esteem. Okay, let's go to couple Taurians. What's happening with you guys this week? Couple Taurians, what's happening for my couple Taurians this week? King of Swords. Yep. Honest conversations. There's an ultimatum. Somebody's going to give an ultimatum. They're tired of pussyfooting around, beating around the bush. They're tired of it. It's time for the ultimatums. They are a friend. Yeah. If this is not going to be what it is, then, or if we don't get married or whatever, like SHIT or get off the pot, right? If you're not ready to commit, then get out of my face or stop wasting my time. So someone's getting an ultimatum. They want some sort of commitment. So you guys could have been in like the dating stage, not really exclusive, but spending a lot of time together. Yeah, Four of Swords. Either you get it together or leave it alone. Ace of Swords. Thank you. There's no cups here. So it's like, let's get to, let's cut the BS and like be honest, like what's happening here? Five of Swords is here too, and a Three of Swords. What is going on? What's happening? Are we together or are we not? There could have been some, what's the word? There could be some jealousy here too. Someone's being passive aggressive. Like for example, if you're in a relationship as a Taurus and your partner starts making more money than you, or you start making more money than your partner, there's like this silent treatment. There's silent treatment because someone is not doing what the other person wants them to do. So there's definitely a pulling back of energy, a pulling back of engagement, of interest. There's an ultimatum that's going to be given this week. Six of Cups, pleasure, and the Wheel of Fortune. But you guys will come back together. You will reconcile. I think this was needed. The ultimatum was needed because somebody was wasting time with just beating around the bush and not being honest. Yeah, Four of Wands, perfect week. It says perfected week or perfected work. Ace of Wands. Yeah, so things will come back. Okay. The ultimatum is you're taking a calculated risk by putting your cards out there, right? No pun intended. And this person, and you're going to pull back. You're not going to be as responsive to them. You're not going to, give them what they've been getting. You're going to be colder to them, more detached, more business-like. And that's going to make them more attracted to you, or you're going to reconcile. You're going to piece things up at the end, but someone has to like be taught a lesson. There's a lack of communication. There could be like stonewalling or gray rocking or, blocking someone on the phone, not talking to them, just not being as responsive or as available to this person, not being as open, either, or talkative, like, being very selective of what you say, very concise with your words, very trite, also very tense. And then, there's an honest conversation after a break. Why aren't you calling me as much? Why aren't you texting me as much? Why I haven't seen you all week, whatever. And then that's going to open the door to have a deeper conversation about what's been happening. And someone's going to be honest about their feelings. Like, I want more from this situation. What are we doing right now? And, I'm getting older or whatever, or I'm not getting what I want. So I might as well either move on or be by myself. That kind of thing. All right. Thank you, Taurus. Let's go to the sign of Gemini now. What's happening with Gemini this week? Gemini love. What's going on with Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs this week in their love life? What's happening? Gemini players, what's happening? What are you guys going through in your love life this week? What's happening for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs this week? Let us connect. Archangels, thank you for your protection, your guidance, and your support. Stay optimistic about your love life. I think Taurus got this as well. And wedding. Hee. Only one card came out. You want to get married. Or you are getting married and you are not allowing your fears or anxieties to ruin the festive occasions. If you're single, you want to get married. If you're not single, you're getting married. There could be some cold feet that comes up, especially since Uranus has entered Gemini. There could be like a fear of losing your freedom, your independence, your identity, your autonomy. There's a fear of that happening. But I think you're going to work through it. You'll figure it out, especially if you're married to a Sagittarius. Or you're marrying a Sagittarius. Very straightforward. So either you want to get married, right? You're looking for marriage, or if you are getting married, you are quelling your fears about losing your independence, autonomy, and freedom. What's happening with Gemini this week? Gemini love life. It's kind of cut and dry, which is a good thing. It means that there's not a lot of drama here. You know what you want. The person you're involved with knows what they want. There's no games. Unlike Taurus and Aries. No games. It's very clear, very direct, very intentional here. Somebody's aligned completely with their partner or their desire to have a partner. There's no confusion about that. Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter energy. Good luck. Fate's a fated situation, a fated meeting. Change of fate. Strength card. Going through a lot too. Ace of Wands. New opportunities, new beginnings. The Devil. Knight of Swords. One more card, please. And the Victory card. You're going to meet somebody soon. This is Gemini energy. You'll meet somebody and you'll be very attracted to them. You will be very attracted to this person. If you're already with someone, the relationship is it's going to go smoothly, kind of quickly too, but you will get what you want as far as finding a partner. Somebody will come in fast. Uranus in the 1st or the 7th or even the 4th or the 10th house indicates meeting people unexpectedly. Like this person's going to come in really fast. You may meet them while you're traveling. And you can hit it off real quickly. Like, from nice to meet you, my name is so and so, to like going on a 6 hour date that same day, or speaking for 6 hours, 8 hours in that first day, But the devil card, there's a lot of attraction here and you're trying to hold back. But you're going to meet somebody really soon. And this person could be a potential future spouse. We got your seventh house ruler here. And the strength card, which is Leo, is your third house of communication. Short distance travel. You could meet somebody while you're traveling. But you're going to talk to this person for a long time. It's almost as if like you've known each other forever. Somebody's going to have a really long first date. But it'll start as a casual conversation or introduction. And the chemistry will be instant. It won't be forced. This is all swords and wands. No pentacles here. The devil is you resisting getting in bed with them before you know who they are. There is a desire to like sleep with this person really quickly. It's like love bombing, that kind of first date energy. It's very passionate infatuation, a whirlwind romance that's coming your way, Gemini, really soon. This person, you could end up marrying them. But also, since Uranus is in your sign, there's a risk and a possibility of a quick divorce. So if you get married really quickly, before you know who this person is, you could also set yourself up for a quick divorce before Uranus enters Gemini. Okay? But this is coming in very fast. And as soon as you meet this person, you'll be immediately attracted to them and you'll have a long conversation. Or your first date will be very long, but it'll be natural. It won't be like planned. It'll be very simple. The chemistry is undeniable. You're going to have to hold yourself back from sleeping with them the first day or the first date, okay? All right, Gemini, that's really quick. Let's go on to the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the next week. What is your love life looking like? Mars just entered your sign, Cancer, so you could be feeling a little more sexual this time. Sexual fantasies, more intimacy, wanting passionate connections. But Neptune and Saturn are squaring your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. So there's some inhibitions, some insecurities as well. Idealizing people. You go from idealization to being too practical. You're talking yourself out of situations that you could be in. Let's go to Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. What's happening for Cancers for the upcoming week? What can Cancers expect for the upcoming week? Pay attention to the red flags and honeymoon. Okay. This seems like a love bombing situation. This is love bombing. Period. You barely know this person. They say all the right things. They're doing all the right things, but they're rushing. And you're having a wonderful time with them, but you barely know them. So this is a love bombing situation. Not saying that you can't find love, but whatever you're dealing with this week, somebody's moving too fast and they're fake. Neptune square the Sun, Venus, Ascendant, or Moon is somebody who's very idealistic about relationships, especially if you have Venus in Cancer also. So you're not seeing this person clearly. You're seeing what you want to see, and you are falling in love with the experience. You're falling in love with the courting process. But this is not real. Somebody's being fake. Or something's moving too fast. You don't know everything about this person. This person's love bombing you, Cancer. Not saying that they're an evil, wicked individual, but they're not going to be able to maintain whatever this is that has got you caught up in the first place. They're selling a fantasy right now. And if you believe in that fantasy, you're going to be let down. What's happening for Cancers this week? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising signs. What's happening for Cancers? What can they expect this week? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What's happening for you guys this week? What do you need to know? Cancer. The Hierophant. Somebody's like talking about marriage and they barely know you. You know, I gotta listen. The Hierophant is not a bad card when it comes to relationships, but I feel like somebody wants to get married, so they're allowing themselves to be deceived by this person. They want to believe so badly this is the one because they want to get married to anybody just to say they were married before. Or this person's talking about marriage to you because they know that's what you want. This is a honeymoon is what happens after marriage, but they're if you're having a honeymoon experience now, it's because they're trying to act as if that's going to be the reality of the whole marriage. And that's not going to happen. It's not. There are red flags here. You barely know this person. This still established strength, 3 of Wands. You could be traveling with this person somewhere, going on vacation. Strength card. Okay. The Hermit. Somebody wants to get married really badly. The High Priestess. They've been along for a long time. 8 of Swords. Short and force. Your intuition's telling you something's off, but you don't want to listen because you want to get married. The High Priestess and the Hermit card are your intuition. The Hermit is your 3rd house. High Priestess is your 9th house. You want to get married so badly that you're going to ignore the red flags. You've been alone for a long time, and you feel like you've paid your debts. You've been single for a while. You might as well get it over with. You're not getting any younger. All this nonsense. The Ace of Cups, a new relationship. And 7 of Pentacles, success unfulfilled. That's what it says. I'm gonna say this. Have realistic expectations about this relationship. Don't just marry anybody because you want to get married. But some of y'all are willing to suffer. You are willing to suffer and sacrifice just to say you have a husband. It's that serious for some of y'all. You're willing to be disappointed. It's almost like this. As long as you get down the aisle, it doesn't matter with who or when or how it happens. You'll figure out the rest when you get there. You think that this is like the hardest part is getting to the marriage, is getting someone to marry you. And you're telling yourself you'll deal with whatever you have to deal with just to keep that relationship. So you'll be the devoted, dutiful partner that is going to overlook all the red flags because they actually cared about you enough to marry you, which is more than other men have done. So now you're getting married to this person, or you want to get married to this person to get it just over with, like I said. And then you're like, once I get over that hump, once I get over that initial struggle of getting a relationship off the ground, I'll figure it out from there. Some of you guys will figure it out from there. That's what you're thinking. So I'm not saying this is a horrible situation, but make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into before you jump into this, because again, Neptune is forming a square to your sun. So you're not seeing something clearly and you think you can handle something more than you can. But for some people, being married is the end all be all. So they will be very appreciative of the person that saved them from the streets. So they'll put up with anything just to say I have a husband. And I think that is why you'll meet this person. That's why you'll be prepared, I guess, or that's why a fly flew on this Ace of Cups just now. I don't know what that means. There's a fly in the ointment. No, there's a fly in this. Okay, it's gonna look good, but it won't be what y'all think it is. It won't be that. There's gonna be something that just you're gonna have to work really hard for this to work. 7 and 3, 10 of Pentacles. It's just gonna be a lot of work. Once you do get married, if you get married to this person, a lot of work. But some of y'all are gonna be like, well, at least I'm married. And they're worth the trouble because they were actually willing to marry me. Very low self-esteem. So yeah, I mean, I think that you guys are determined to get a husband or wife by any means necessary. And so be careful what you ask for. Neptune placements are very lovely in the very beginning of the transits. But what happens is after the 7-year mark and then the 10-year mark, the whole thing collapses. So we'll see if this person that you're willing to settle with or settle down for is worth that sacrifice. Okay. All right, let's continue with a fly flew on the cups, the cup, ace of cups. That's crazy. Let us continue with Leo. What's happening with Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs? Leo. What's happening with you guys? Love life this week. Love for Leos. Leo love for the next 7 days. What's happening for Leos in their love life? Next 7 days. Leo. Engagement. Interessante. Actually, I didn't shuffle. Okay, it works. Forgiving and learning. So yeah, there could have been a separation as well, or some doubts. There could have been a breakup or some sort of argument that put you in two separate corners. I'm getting reconciliation energy here too. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. This is you learning from past mistakes you've made in relationships, right? This is you not making the same mistake again. And so because you've learned from your past relationships, whatever you're involved with right now, it can actually become something more serious because you're not allowing baggage to hold you back. Bad behavior, bad attitudes, bad habits, selfishness, immaturity. Those things are kind of being put away. And you're also having more practical, realistic expectations for your relationships. So now, the person you're involved with, they don't see you as a burden or a headache or someone they have to like give so much attention to. They don't see you as an immature child. They see you as an adult that's prepared to be a partner with someone because you've done something with your past. You've let go of some baggage from your parents, your exes. You've unlearned some things, and so now you're a better partner. You're a more suitable partner for marriage. Okay, so this could be like a literal engagement, or your relationship is becoming more committed. Right, you're having deeper conversations that are more honest. It's no longer about infatuation and chemistry and passion. You're actually connecting on a mental level and an emotional level. What's happening with Leo this week? Their love life, Leo. What's happening with Leo? Woo. Strength card. You're here. Yeah. This relationship is holding strong. You've learned something. You may have had like a bad habit of like sabotaging your relationships. You're not doing that anymore. Whatever you did in the past that planted the seeds for destroying the old relationships, whether you were giving too much or you were too selfish or you were bitter, whatever that is, you're holding back. You're refraining from previous bad habits. There's some karmic energy you've healed from. You've healed some sort of karmic baggage. 9 of Pentacles. I was going to say earlier that you are now in the financial position to enjoy a healthy relationship. You're not dependent on your partner for finances, and they respect it about you. You have your own prosperity, your own life. Some of you guys are not giving money to people anymore. Some of you guys could have been buying love in the past, or you was somebody who needed to be taken care of. You're not doing that either. So there's certain bad habits that you have gotten rid of, and that's what's helping this relationship to move forward in a healthier way. You're not trying to save someone, and you don't need to be saved either. You can come together on equal footing and build that way. 8 of Wands, something quick, moving in, swiftness, quick advancement, quick. Hold on. Why do I want to say something negative? And I don't mean to do that. I feel like something unexpected is going to come up to disrupt this situation. I don't know what that is yet. It could be this week or in the future, but something's moving too fast. I'm getting like a something just switching, like the path just changes. We'll see. King of Swords. Yeah. Temperance card. Balance, peace, healing. You've healed yourself in some way. You've restored some sort of balance. You're being more logical, more practical. Something's going to... Okay, here's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to say, y'all moving too fast. And then they'll pull back. Not because they don't want to be with you, but because they want their relationship to have a healthy foundation. Something's moving too quickly. Yeah, they're going to say, let's pull back for a little bit. 7 of Wands. Blocking something, 8 to the 7. It's like we gotta make sure that we're seeing each other clearly, that we're not moving based off of passion and infatuation and hope and trauma. This is actually a good move. We got strength and temperance here. You're holding back and refraining from like leaping headfirst into a situation that you're not familiar with. So you're learning how to like temper your desires, temper your bad habits. You're balancing something out. So there's a natural exchange or give and take here. You're not overgiving and you're not being selfish. Some of you guys were giving too much in the past, or you were, again, too needy, independent, and clingy for someone to take care of you. You're learning how to be on even keel with this person. Justice card might come up too. King of Swords is an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Mainly Aquarius energy. Hermit, yeah. Someone's going to pull back and say, okay, let's make sure we're doing the right thing. I mentioned Justice card coming back up. Yeah, Libra energy. Right, because it looks great, but on the surface, but both of you guys are older and you're wise and you want this to really work out. So you're going to be honest with each other, and you're going to be mature about this. You're not going to try to rush to the aisle. You want to learn more about each other to make sure that you're actually compatible and you have the same life goals, the same aspirations, and that you're not hiding each other's flaws to look good for whatever it is that you're looking for. So you're not trying to show up as a representative. You want this person to know who you are and to choose you because you are the right person for them, not because they're desperate or they're lonely or they're whatever, insecure. You don't want that. 8 of Swords, yeah. I knew it would devolve into something. It would devolve because it's moving too fast. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that you got to make sure that you're not repeating the same pattern as before, moving too fast, falling in love too deeply, falling in love with the image and the idea of someone without actually taking into consideration the totality of their life experiences and how that has shaped their psychological dispositions, how their behaviors, the way they treat people, their expectations. You're taking the whole picture into you're capturing the whole person's life in focus, or you're focusing on the person's whole life. So you want to, what's being captured here? A snapshot. You're taking pictures with this person. You're taking photos with this individual. Just side note, you're going out together, taking pictures with each other, sharing pictures online. I don't want to say catfishing. If this is an online situation, be careful about being catfished. But yeah, don't give anybody any money. Something's being captured and put into focus. It's like it's being framed differently. I'm getting a picture frame. Something is being framed differently. Framing a perspective, framing an experience. Your perspectives are changing about relationships. So your behavior is different. In the past, if somebody would have pulled away from you inside any space, you would have got triggered. It would have triggered your, insecurities about abandonment, and you would have self-destructed. But you're not doing that now. But you have to be careful not to do that, because I see spying on the person. So like, if the person decides to pull back, now I'll be honest, one or two things could be happening. If they're pulling back, they could have some other relationship they're involved in. If they go from like full steam ahead and they're all about you and all into you, and then they suddenly pull back, either they're married to somebody else or they want to make sure this is the right relationship for them. That's up to you to decide what's going on. Okay. Just be careful with that. But the moral of the story is, don't move too quickly. Both of y'all need to slow down. This person could already be married, but separated. But they seem to be a good person for you, a good partner for you. But there's other stuff that has to be cleaned up. So somebody's gonna pull back. I think you're aware they're married though. All these swords here. I think you know what's going on. Um, it's so it's like, if this started out as an affair, you may have went into it knowing what to expect, but you may not have expected to fall for this person, or vice versa. They may not have expected to fall for you. So now things are getting too complicated, and somebody's going to pull back because they're not ready for this next level of commitment. Something practical has to be taken care of first. So if this person is married, they need to get a divorce. Finances have to be taken into consideration. Yours too. Like, how are we going to be together if we're both broke? That's not cute in our 40s and 50s, right? So a marriage could be involved. How you engage to one person and while they're married to somebody else. So here it is. Yeah, we got to slow down because I'm still with somebody else. Or I don't know if you're the right person for me yet. Let's not let our emotions and our passion get the best of us. Okay? All right, let's move on. Let's go on to the sign of Virgo. What's going on, Virgo, for the upcoming week? Virgo, sun, moon, and rising signs for the upcoming week. Virgos, what's happening with you guys? South node, eclipse in your sun sign. Lots of changes. The north node, Uranus is on your 10th house, midheaven. Career changes. A larger social media presence. More popularity. We'll see what's happening with, I was going to say Libra, but Virgo, what's up? Religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So when this card comes out, it usually means that there's like some sort of core philosophical differences that prevent this from coming together. There could be differences about how to raise children. There could be age differences, a difference in race, culture, religion. So it's not just about how much you love the person, but does your family like them? Does their family like you? How, did this relationship come about? Is there an age difference? Do you guys have the same ideas about what a healthy, happy marriage looks like? Do you want to raise children? Do you both want children? Things like that. You deserve love. Yeah. I feel like this person's treating you like a side piece. This person may be treating you like they're doing you a favor. There's what's going on? if there's an age difference or race difference or cultural difference, they may be hiding you in some way. It's like you feel like they are not proud of you or they're ashamed of you in some way. They don't want to be open with the relationship. There's something about you that's not their ideal for whatever reason. And so they treat you like they're doing you a favor. Like if it wasn't for yeah, like they're doing you a favor. Like I don't want to say pity, but they're the prize in the situation and you're just, whatever. Um, you're the person they're saving because you're black and they're white, or because you're poor and they're rich, or because they're older and more established and you're not, or because they come from a wealthy two-parent family and you're from a single parent home. Something like that where it's like your backgrounds are different. And so on paper, this is not supposed to work, but it does. But you don't like feeling like they're doing you a favor and that, you know, um, they're not really proud of you. Like they're settling for you in some way. Like you're a placeholder. That's what I'm getting. Like you feel like you're not good enough for this person and you're not their ideal match. You're like second best for them. What's happening for Virgo? Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the next 7 days, please. Next 7 days for Virgo. The fly didn't come back. Princess of Cups. This is the Page of Cups, I believe. Yeah, something's blocked. You can't really connect with this person the way you want to because of these differences. The Princess of Cups is like an immature, young energy. You're not evenly yoked for whatever reason. Either it's in appearance or looks, social status. They could be a part of an organization that's like really high ranking and you're just some regular person. Like there's something about you and them that's really different and it's making you feel insecure because it does affect your relationship. You can't hang out with the same people they hang out with, or when you hang out with their friends, they're judgmental of you because you might not have a college degree, or you went to school a different way, or you're a single parent, or your backgrounds are different. You have a different religion. You don't fit into their life the way you want to. You feel like you're second best, and you have to apologize for who you are because the people around them don't accept you because you're not their kind of people. Devil, yeah. Devil energy is insecurities, being bound by something other than love. This is a lustful connection, sexual chemistry, but there's no respect, or there's like a lack of respect here. The World card. Something is ending. You deserve love. Uranus is in Gemini, square your sun, moon, or ascendant. So you're going to be making radical changes to your life over the next 8 years. If you've been in an unfulfilling connection for several years, you're going to have the courage, or you're going to lose patience and you'll leave that situation. Judgment, yeah. You're going to make a judgment call after a long cycle of dealing with whatever this is and realize that you can do better. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. You don't have to be here. You're going to, at some point, break up with this person. I think you're realizing this week that although you may have worked really hard or fought hard to get with this person, but now that you got what you want, this is not what you thought it would be. You met this person when Neptune was in Pisces. And so you idealize them, you fantasize about them. You could have done things to get them. And as you have them, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, or it's not what you thought it would be. Something, yeah, Five Pentacles. Somebody's breaking up with this person. Break up. Nine of Cups. This is individual material happiness. This is not Ten of Cups. We got Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Two single cards. So somebody does not Yeah, somebody's going to leave. This is over. You can do better. And you know that. You know you can do better. And I think you're at this point, once you reach some sort of milestone in your career, you realize that you were settling for this person because you thought that they were better than you in some way. Like they were somebody that you looked up to because they were more popular, they had more money, they had status, but you're coming up also. You guys have also elevated in a lot of ways, and you've kind of grown up and you're growing away from this dynamic where you have to be saved by somebody, or they, they're pitying you for whatever reason. You want to hold your own. You want someone to see you as the prize, not someone that to save from poverty or a broken home or, unemployment or whatever. You want to be seen as somebody who carries their own weight and who's worth more than just being like a placeholder or a side piece kind of energy. Like they're not proud of you. You don't feel like they're proud of you. You feel like they think they can do better and they're doing you a favor by being with you. And you're tired of that. Okay? That's what I'm getting. All right, Virgo. Thank you for listening. Now into the sign of Libra. What's happening, Libra? Libra, Neptune is in your 7th house with Saturn. Somebody's bubble is going to get bursted. Burst over the next week or so. It's a small bubble, not a big one. We've only had Neptune in this house for a few months. A bigger bubble is coming at some other point. What's happening with Libra? Next 7 days. Libra. Thank you, archangels. We have keep an open mind. This keeps popping up. Your soulmate may differ from their usual type and expectations. Yeah, so you may be single or you're dating somebody, but this person's not your usual type. So you're not as eager to open your heart to them. You may see them as a placeholder, as a rebound, as someone you can use to get over somebody else, someone to pass the time with. You're not really committed to them. They're just recreation right now. That's how you're treating this person. Recreational. Pay attention to the red flags. They may be having to see this with you or whoever's the one playing games and playing the field because they know this person is not who they want to be with. The other person is going to notice that there's issues here. You're not going to be able to lie to them forever about what's going on, especially since Mars is now in Cancer, and that can cause some sort of argument or rift in your relationship. There's red flags here, definitely. Somebody has lots of options. And none of them are, maybe only one of them is what they really want. But the other ones are like there to keep. The other options are there to keep the Libra occupied so that the one that they really want to be with thinks that they're too busy to be with them. It's like, you're going to want me more if you think I'm dating other women or men. So the Libra is using these other people to appear to be more desirable, or they're playing the field, right? So if I'm with 15 different people, I don't have to commit to you. Even though I like you, you'll like me more because I have other options. They're playing that kind of game. And the person that they really want to be with is going to see that, or Libra will see that about the person that they're interested in, that they don't have time for them because they're entertaining other options. There's also an issue with a Libra who's in a committed relationship and they are not getting married to this person. Even though they already have children or they have life with this person, they're not really committed to them because this person's still playing the field. So I've been with you for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We live together, we got a home together, but we got kids, but we're not married. Why not? Because I have other options. I don't think you're the one, right? I like you a lot, but I don't think you're a wife or husband material. Okay? Let us continue with the collective for Libra. Libra, what's happening this week for you guys? Libra. What is happening for Libra? Next 7 days. Libra. Queen of Swords. Yeah, that's you. Cutting through the BS. Seeing things clearly. Harsh, direct communication. I can't really commit to you because I have other options. I like you a lot, but I don't see us working out in any substantial way. There's other people involved. I'm seeing other people, or I know you're seeing other people, and that's why we can't connect, and I'm out. Somebody's going to leave a situation temporarily. It won't be permanent, but somebody's going to lose their temper, their patience, and they're going to cut something off. Queen of Cups, yeah. This Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups are not compatible. This is Libra. This is Cancer. There's a square here. The Queen of Cups is going to get upset. She's going to get mad about how she's been treated. This could be a same-sex relationship, or this could be two different women with the same man. Lovers. Yeah, two options. Two different women with the same man. You know, there's going to be some drama. The Queen of Cups is going to find out. The Queen of Swords is Libra. This is you playing games with multiple people, or if you're a cross-watcher. But the Queen of Cups, I think she's going to give an ultimatum or walk away from a situation, and she'll let it be known that I know what's going on. So, yeah, 3 people. I know what's going on. There's other options here. 3 women. You know, why Libra? And I said there's multiple women involved, multiple people involved. Yeah, somebody's leaving. They can see through the nonsense. I think the Queen of Cups is leaving, especially if she's a Cancer. But the Capricorn could be leaving too, because Mars is in opposition to our Sun. So Cancer and the Capricorn are at odds, and they're out. If you're dealing with multiple women or men, they're not putting up with it. Temperance card, restoring some sort of balance. Because it was off balance, because these women were giving to this person. It could be a same-sex relationship, or a man dealing with multiple women, and he's not even showing up. These are all women of high stature, high status. They got money, they got career. They're not bums, so they don't need to put up with this. They don't. They have other options too, if they wanted to entertain that. So, yeah, somebody's going to get left this week. Hierophant. These 2 wanted to come out. What's behind here? The Hierophant is marriage and commitment and family. Traditional situations. Somebody wants a traditional setup. We'll find out what this is. And the swiftness. Come on. I really hope that the Libra does not propose marriage to one of these women to stop them from breaking up with him. I really hope that's not the case. I could see someone getting proposed to stop them from leaving. Don't go. I love you. I want to marry you. These are just other hoes I'm dealing with. You're the one I want as my wife. I'm just trying to figure myself out. And he has a whole script ready. Yep. Let's get married. Hee hee. 8 plus 6 is 14. That's a 5 of Wands. Don't leave. Putting on a whole big romantic gesture. Dinner, candlelight, movies, whatever. A whole production. And then they'll propose, but they're proposing to keep you quiet. They're proposing to shut you up. Because they know that, okay, they're not going to leave these other women. But they know that as long as you think you're the most important one, because this is a so-called high-value man. This is not a broke dude. He can maintain the interest of 3 successful, beautiful women. So he has something to offer. he knows that one of these women know that he's going to do him because he's the man, and that's why she likes him. He's going to give her the ring to keep her quiet so she doesn't go anywhere. But he'll still keep seeing the other women as long as there's like a wedding date, right? She'll be okay with the philandering as long as a marriage is guaranteed. This is similar to the Cancer reading. As long as she knows she's going to get married, she'll put up with the philandering because he's a good catch financially and physically. He's cute, right? So there's multiple jugglings here, and so he's going to choose the woman that's okay with him playing around because she has her own thing going on. She's not worried about him like that, but she doesn't want to waste her time either. She wants to get married. So she's more so concerned about building. I think that's the Capricorn woman. He's going to choose the Capricorn woman, I think. The Cancer woman may leave the situation because she loves him and she doesn't want to share him at all. The Capricorn woman loves him too, but she sees him as like the relationship as like a business thing. She loves what he can do for her and like the stability he provides. She's more realistic about dealing with, you know, a man of means. So he will gravitate towards her because she will let him do what he wants to do and still be her. So this week it looks like there's going to be some sort of confrontation. At least one of these women are going to leave and give an ultimatum. Somebody could offer a marriage or some sort of engagement to prevent someone to prevent one of these women from leaving. So somebody's gone. After this is is over, right? They're not coming back, but somebody else is going to stay and they'll be the last one standing, I guess, out of all the other options. And then they'll propose to that person. That's a very Libran thing to do. Very Libran thing to do. Monkey branching and love bombing. So they'll like commit to the next best thing. They'll propose marriage to avoid dealing with the fallout of a failed relationship. So you're only going to propose to this person because you want the Queen of Cups person to look like they missed out on something. You want them to feel bad. And you want the Queen of Pentacles to feel like they made the right choice. Because you were loyal to me and you let me do my own thing, I'll reward you with a ring. That's training and grooming the women to take abuse. This is kind of like narc vibes. I'm going to keep it 100. Low-key narc vibes. Triangulation. Mainly. Love bombing. Let's get married tomorrow. Hierophant and the Eight of Wands. Swiftness. Let's get married tomorrow. Let's get married next week. I bet you this Libra person will still pine after at least one of the women that left. I bet you. It's not going to stop. It'll stop temporarily, but they'll still fantasize about this ex, or they will keep in touch with them. And they'll say, let's be friends. That's what I see happening. All right. Thank you, Libra. Let us continue with the sign of Scorpio. Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the next 7 days. What's happening with Scorpio? Sun, Moon, and Risings for the next week. What's happening with Scorpio? Sun, Moon, and Rising signs next week. Scorpio, what can you expect the next week? All right. Nose itchy now. Scorpio. Honeymoon. Yay. Enjoying time with a loved one, a lover. I see this as an established relationship or a marriage. You've been dating for a while. You're not single. Yeah. But if you are single, this could be someone who's enjoying being single. So this week you're having a good time. Scorpio. Past life relationship. Well, it looks... Hold on. Okay, let me just channel this properly. Here's what's happening. You guys, this is a fantasy. This is not happening. It's a fantasy. This is what's in your imagination. Um, Now some of you guys could be literally on a vacation with someone, but I'm getting that this is someone's fantasy uh, about getting married to somebody or going on vacation with someone. Someone wants to enjoy the company of somebody they really like. They have chemistry with this person. So they fantasize. They're not, this is not together. Nope, they're not together. This is a person who's single. They're not committed. There's no way. So the reason why Scorpio is single is because they're still pining over this person. There's somebody that you have chemistry with, Scorpio, that you're fantasizing about. Why aren't you together? Are they with somebody else? Nah, this is what you're trying to manifest. I wouldn't be surprised if the star card comes up again for like the fourth time. Um, the moon card is some fantasy here. This is for a single person. Now if you're in a relationship or you're married, this could be you living your best life with your partner. So things are going great in your relationship. But I'm picking up on somebody who's single who wants this for themselves. Like they can literally see. Is the French Quarter? Are they in Paris? What's happening here? If you're with your partner, you're having a wonderful time this week. If you're not, you're imagining having this experience with somebody you have a crush on, somebody you have a lot of chemistry with. What's going on for Scorpio Collective for the next 7 days, please? Thank you very much. Next 7 days, thank you very much. Three of Swords. Yeah, that wouldn't make that because you're not with this person. You're not with them. That's why it hurts. Sorrow. You're not with the person you want to be with. There's a separation here. Saturn could be in the 7th transiting. Neptune could be in the 7th house. So close, but so far away. What's going on with this? The Chariot. So close, but so far away. You guys are fantasizing about like traveling with your partner, going to different parts of the world, going on vacations, honeymoons. Something's really haunting you. You may miss these experiences. You may miss going on vacation with your partner. So if you broke up with an ex or you broke up with somebody and you guys used to always travel together, that was your travel partner, you may miss doing that with them. Is he coming or going? The Chariot coming or going? This person's coming towards you. You're manifesting this, Scorpio. This is coming towards you. Okay, why am I okay, here's what this is, right? You don't know this person exists or they don't know you exist. Or you're not they don't know how you feel about them. Something about this is not here yet. It's not real. It hasn't manifested in any way. They don't know how you feel. You don't know how they feel. They don't even know you, or you don't know them, or it's something about this is like elusive. It's not real. It's a fantasy. Something is coming though. based on this. You're manifesting this in some way. Tower card. Yep. Something's coming your way. This is not a negative tower. This is a uncomfortable tower, because now the person that you want to be with or the experience you want to have is right in your face and you didn't expect it. And there could be some not insecurity or doubt, but fear, because it happens so fast. Chariot and Tower. The Chariot goes towards the Star card. I mentioned that earlier. It's like, oh my God, I was able to get this that quickly. This is the person of my dreams, or I've always wanted to go here with this, with my lover, my partner, whatever. And you're now able, you're attracting an opportunity for that experience. I don't know how, but it's going to be kind of alarming and uncomfortable because it happens so fast. The Four Wands, yes, it happens so fast. They could be coming to, you could meet them while you're traveling, or they could be coming to your house. They're around your neighborhood. The Nine of Cups, yeah, something's coming in fast, and it's going to kind of rock your world a little bit. Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups. There's something you've brought in because you were thinking about it so heavily. Like, you've really ached for this experience. You really wanted to have this, whatever that experience was. As traveling with someone you care about, going on vacation or honeymoon. I don't think you knew who this person was. You just knew they were there, in some way. The Emperor, older, mature, established, wise man with resources. Um, the family dynamic, Pisces energy, Aries energy, Cancer energy. Yeah, going on vacation, Six of Swords, traveling with this person. One more card, please. Got the Four of Pentacles, earthly power, bringing back down to earth. Yeah, yeah. We got the Eight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles here. I Am I getting easy come, easy go? I feel like this is like a fantasy that happens, but it's not sustainable. It's not going to at this point, it's not going to end up in a long-term connection. But you'll be able to do something you've always wanted to do with someone with potential. They got money and you didn't expect it. It's coming out of nowhere. Is this somebody from the past? Because the Chariot is Cancer energy, and Cancer is the past, is history. But the Chariot is about moving forward, something coming towards you, or you're going towards something. You're leaving something behind. Eight of Cups. Here's what, okay, now I got you. Thank you very much. Okay, so because of this experience, because of whoever this person is coming in, you'll be able to let go of some pain from an ex relationship, either your father or old lovers. You're going to be able to let go of some trauma, some shadowy energy that has haunted you. This is actually going to last. My bad. What's not going to last is your attachment to some sort of emotional or psychological trauma. So something is being released or let go. The Death card is somewhere here. Thank you. Something is being let go. I thought you were letting go of the person. No, you're letting go of the energy that prevented you from experiencing this a long time ago. Yo, I love it when that happens. I love when the cards are like spot on. Because sometimes, you may doubt yourself. Because because I'm an evidence-based person. But you're letting something go. This is your card, Scorpio. This is not you letting this person go. They're going to come in fast. This is you being able to heal through this relationship from a daddy issue and some other baggage that prevented you from having this abundant experience. They're going to come in the Knight of Cups, but it's not going to be, it's going to move slowly. I don't see this, they're going to come in fast, but I don't see you guys getting married tomorrow. It's going to take some time for this to build up, but during the process, you're going to be healing from daddy baggage and a poverty mindset when it comes to exes, holding on to this negative energy, holding on to bad emotions. Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Outdated experiences is done. But, you know, because you were here for so long, Three of Swords, you could not experience a honeymoon with anybody. You couldn't enjoy. It's like, yeah, you were blocking your blessings. That is so dope. All right, Scorpio. Now let's go into the sign of Sagittarius. This is fun. All right, let's go to Sagittarius, please. What's happening for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the next 7 days? I am going to get that fly that's been bothering me this whole reading. We got to go. In fact, hold on a second. All right, Sagittarius, let us continue with your weekly reading. What's happening with Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the next 7 days? Saggies. You told to shuffle more. Okay. What's happening, Sagittarius? Uranus is in your 7th house or opposing your sun. So you guys are, what's the word I want to use? You guys are hauling behind. You're getting rid of something or breaking free of something. You're moving. Healing family issues. Yes. Hauling behind. Your love life benefits as you forgive your pain. This is like a, you can't move until you do this. You can't move on, move forward, move up, move around. You can't get what you want unless you do this. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So you guys could be single. I don't know. Soulmate. Okay, here we go. As soon as you do something, as soon as you heal some sort of relationship, somebody's going to come in quickly. Uranus in the 5th house, an instant connection, a strong attraction. Now, Neptune is still in your 5th house for 14 years. Neptune in the 5th house is an infatuation, an obsession with someone who may not be good for you because they're married, they're mentally ill, they got drug addiction. So be careful with who you choose to deal with. But as soon as you cut some sort of cord, energetically, karmically, somebody's coming in quickly, like immediately. 8 of Wands energy, Chariot energy, Knight of Wands energy. So we'll see what's happening with Sagittarius. Like as soon as, ASAP. As soon as you let go of some sort of karmic attachment, some psychological, emotional, mental, spiritual baggage, you're going to meet this person. The 7 of Wands might pop up for you guys. Temperance, your card. Balancing the energies. Healing. This is healing. This is transmutation. This is transformation. But more so transmutation. Transforming something negative into something positive or constructive that you can use. So you're learning some lessons about your family history and your experiences, and you're integrating them into your consciousness so that you can approach relationships in a different way. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn woman, mother. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. That's your 2nd house of self-esteem, self-worth, values, resources. There's something going on with money and mommy. Seven of Swords. Six of Wands. I'm being told to take out all the cards before I say anything. Okay. Four major arcana. Temperance, the Hermit, Justice, and Judgment. Some of you guys are you've been really quiet. You're not speaking. Um you're protecting your energy. You're not only pulling back from loved ones and family, you're also pulling back from people in general. You're spending a lot of time alone. Hermit card, Two of Wands. You're not talking much because you're healing. So it's like there's nothing left to say. I'm getting there's nothing left to say. Like there's nothing to say. You're not talking to anyone about your processes and your experiences, what you're going through. You're just healing on your own. Seven of Swords. No talking or evasive speech. Um, Eight of Swords. It is you're I'm what do I want to say? You're not talking anymore. You're just going to show people what you're going to do. You're showing people how you're healing. It's not going to be a matter of like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You're actually going to demonstrate what you're doing. You're putting it into practice. So there's nothing to talk about. You kind of don't want people to know your process either because you don't want them to sabotage you. And you feel like if you talk too much, you're going to sabotage whatever you're working on or working through. We got to go from the 7 to the 8 to Judgment and the Princess of Swords. Yeah, you're making a judgment call. The thing is, if people know that you're working on yourself, they're going to sabotage you, especially family, and you know that. So you're kind of doing this alone as a hermit. And you're also thinking about moving with the Two of Wands here. The globe is in the hand. It's like if people knew your plans, they would try to guilt you into not doing them. They would try to sabotage you in some way. And you don't want that. There's nothing to talk about. I don't want to talk anymore. I don't feel like talking. I don't have to talk. I don't want to talk. There's nothing to say. I'm just going to do what I want to do. That's it. I don't have to prove myself to anybody or apologize for anything. I'm just going to do what I want to do because I said so. It's my life. Somebody's really not talking. Like, they're being quiet. They're observing, they're thinking, they're reading, they're analyzing, they're studying, but they're a lot more introspective and reflective. Some of you guys may feel like you can't heal if you're talking too much. Because when you're talking, you're processing information differently than when you're thinking. So if you're thinking through a problem, if you're thinking about your experiences, um, your your relationship is different. Your relationship with your thoughts is different from your relationship with your words. Something is getting lost in translation when you speak. It's like the ability to transmute is altered when you communicate what you're experiencing. So you're holding on to it internally. And so you're not talking about it. You're like telling your own story and you won't let people okay. You think that if you tell people what you're going through, um they're going to corrupt your language. They're going to turn what you're saying against you or use it against you to manipulate you into doing something you don't want to do. So if you want to leave a state or city or relationship or whatever, you're afraid that if you tell people, they'll twist your words around and make you feel obligated to stay in a situation that you don't want to be in. So you're not going to talk anymore. You feel like your words are going to be used against you if you speak too much. And now my throat feels like somebody's stabbing it with a needle. I'm choking. So someone's being silenced, or you're silencing yourself. Someone's really quiet now, because they're thinking about, their plans, or they're making plans, and they know that if they tell people what they're doing, what their plans are, it's going to get around, and it's going to come back to people they don't want it to come back to, and it'll turn into something that it shouldn't be. Like, people will have an opinion about what their plans are, and that opinion could impact the outcome of their plans, and they don't want that to happen. So they're being really quiet. Okay. So I'm gonna leave it there for Sagittarius. Let's go on to Capricorn. Dang. Well, Capricorn, is this a fall from grace or fall? Something fell over. Neptune's in the fourth for you with Saturn. Neptune in the fourth is someone who travels a lot, who doesn't have a home, who feels homesick or homeless, a loss of a structure, or there's a loss of a paternal figure, or a foundation could be disrupted for some reason. Let's see what's happening with Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Something within the home is shifting or changing. This could be a literal earthquake. Something falling in your house, or having like itchy feet, wanting to move away, far away. What's happening with Capricorn, please? Thank you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We actually made decent time today, and I don't feel tired. Passion. Allow your heart and soul. Somebody could be having an affair. They can be getting caught up in their sensual desires. Damn. Deception. Well, there we go. Fall from grace. Fall from grace. The foundation of the home is being destabilized or disrupted. Something's being torn asunder, uprooted. Yeah, somebody's having an affair, and that affair could mess up their family. Either this already happened, or this is going to happen, especially with Neptune in the fourth. Neptune in the fourth is your home is going to dissolve. Your family is dissolving. There's disappearing. There's some separation from the family, either through travel or divorce, or something happens to the home. And Saturn's also here. So in the Aries in the fourth house. So yeah, somebody is succumbing to their sexual desires, and it could mess up their family situation, a marriage, a home. Very cut and dry. What's happening for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising signs this week? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Archangels, Divine Messengers, for your support, guidance, patience, for clarity, for wisdom. I'm here to serve my audience. So let me do that to the best of my ability. What's going on with Capricorn this week? Six of Pentacles. You really can't give as much as you should be giving to the people you need to be giving to, because you're not focused. You're focused on other stuff. So, okay, I'll give you an example. You can't afford to pay for certain things in the home if you are spending money with your side piece or on your side piece. So It's like you're trying to juggle, right? Juggle your finances, take care of two households, two different women, or yeah, usually two different women, sugar daddy type situations, um, paying for sexual favors, right? Going abroad overseas for vacations, and then you're spending money on hookers, OnlyFans types. So somebody is taking money out of their household to pay for their passions or pay for their vices. Could be addictions too, but I'm seeing like an affair. So if your wife asks you or your husband asks you for something, you can't afford to pay for it because you're spending money elsewhere. You find out, or somebody finds out, that somebody's been misappropriating marital funds to other sources outside the home, other people, other interests. Again, it could be OnlyFans, it could be sex tourism, it could be a sugar baby situation, it could be a lot, but somebody is betraying their spouse financially and sexually. They're taking care of two households. They're putting up a woman. They got a whole wife, but their girlfriend, they got a whole wife who's begging for basic stuff, right? They're begging to help for help with groceries or help with school supplies, and but they got enough money to take care of their side pieces, frivolous expenses, hair, car, clothes, appointments, and he's cheating with this person. Nine of Swords. Despair and cruelty. This is not going to work, Capricorn. What's happening right now? This, you're caught up in this. Someone's addicted to this situation. They're addicted to whatever this is that's taking money out the house. Yeah, Knight of Wands. This is a hoe. Not like that, but you know. How are you a Knight of Wands and you married? That's why you're broke. Or you don't have enough money to take care of your household. These two want to come out. Thank you, lying to your partner to keep the peace. Seven of Swords and the Temperance card. Lying to your partner to maintain the peace in the household. Nothing's going on. I'm just going to work. I got, my hours got cut. I had an extra expense. The car kind of broke down, so I can't afford to pay for the school supplies. Some nonsense where you're lying to keep the peace in the home, and there's guilt here. There is guilt, but somebody's caught up. Like the devil could be popping out, but somebody's completely addicted to this situation. They can't help themselves, especially with Neptune square the sun. If you're a first deacon Capricorn, you can't help yourself. You feel like you can't, or you don't want to. You're enjoying this too much. This person is giving you, or this experience is giving you something you're lacking. They're giving you like this passion and intensity, chemistry, and you want that. You want to feel alive. You've been feeling dead and dull for quite a while. So you want a change. And so Six of Swords, yeah. Earned success. But the seven goes to the six. I could see you lying and going on vacation, saying you're going on business trips and hooking up with this person while you're on business trips. The World card. Why these two keep coming out? Yep. We're going on a business trip. Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. It's just business. Break, vacate, nothing's going on. I'll be going for a week. Nine of Cups. I'll be going for a week. Doing what? Capricorn. Knight of Swords and the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is not married. The Nine of Cups overindulges in their vices, their habits, right? This is a hedonist and an addict. They're having a whole lot of fun. Well, somebody's going on vacation. They're going to a different country. I mentioned passport bros. I think passport or sex tourism. Something's happening overseas. They go on a vacation or whatever, and they can't afford. Damn. What's. Come on now. Capricorn. What's happening? We got 7, 6, 13, 14, 5. Somebody's lying and gaslighting. 14 plus 9 is lying, gaslighting. Gaslighting, lying as they're lying and guilting their partner to not ask them any more questions. We got the 6 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. That's 9 Pentacles. It's a single person. A married man or woman is living a single life. That's the problem. So they're going abroad. 6 of Swords, World card, traveling for business. And they're going to meet with this person. They're going to hook up with them. Or a bunch of other people, not just one person, just random. This is a sex addict or somebody who has vices outside of their marriage. They're going to tell you they're going to work, Ace of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, and they're going to be out with their friends or doing other things. Now, what you want to do with that, Capricorn cross watchers, I don't know. Or this is you, Capricorn, your partner's doing this. I don't know what's going on, but something's off. If they've been telling you they don't have money for certain things, yet they're going to work every day, check your 401ks accounts, check your savings accounts, check your monies. Don't trust them with the family money. There could be a gambling addiction also. There's some addiction here, a vice. Gambling, sex, drugs, whatever, alcohol. But the family monies are being dissipated. You don't have enough resources for what you need because of what this person's doing, and they're sacrificing the family for their pleasures. There is some distress about it because they've acquired a lot of debt. Something is, they're still lying about it and they're addicted to it, and they've acquired some sort of debt, or there's a paper trail of their deceit. Once you start looking, you'll find what you need to find relatively easily. So they're worried about you finding out, even though they've hidden it very well. It's like somebody having a date what is it called, an online dating account, an online profile on a dating app, right? You don't know that the app exists or their account exists. As soon as you find that account, you'll know everything you need to know. Or this is somebody with what's it called, WhatsApp, or a separate phone. You don't know the phone exists, but as soon as you find the phone, all the receipts are going to be there. So that's what the 9 of Swords is. They know that they've hidden the evidence really well, but as soon as you find that one piece of evidence, everything is going to be on it. Whether it's a bank account, a credit card statement, a phone, a dating app, a dating app account, whatever you call it, OnlyFans account, whatever it is, you can't find it now, but it's just like there's one piece to the puzzle is missing, and once you find that one piece, everything will make sense because you'll be able to see when they went on vacation, how much money they spent on this person, when they were spending money on this person, where they were going, right? If it's a male or a female. The whole paper trail is going to be there as soon as you find a device or an account. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. As soon as you find a device or an account, you will know the whole story of how they've been lying to you. They may have more than one phone. They may have more than 2 phones. They got a phone for work and a phone for you, right? For their life. And then they have another phone for the shenanigans. So they let you see the 2 phones. Nothing to hide there. But somebody has a whole life, a whole double life that you know nothing about. And it's all recorded on an app or a phone device or a tablet or something. Okay? All right, Capricorn, I'm leave it there. Now into the sign of Aquarius. What's going on with Aquarius? Sun, Moon, rising signs for the next week or so. Aquarius, what's happening? What's going on with your love life, Aquarius? Love life, Aquarius. Love life for Aquarius. Won't you take me to Funky Town? Why would that song be coming up? That's a disco song. Won't you take me to town? Won't you take me to Funky Town? Do, 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 do. Somebody's going dancing this week. What's happening with passion again? Nope. This is intimacy. Well, I don't want to get into the specifics of what that means, but this is, yeah, a lot of intimacy. Let your friends help you. I'm not going to say what I. No, I don't want to hear this. I don't want this message. I do not want this message. Let me, don't, nope, let's start over. This, nope. Next set of Aquarians, please. Nope, 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 nope. Aquarians, next set of Aquarians. What's going on with you guys the next 7 days? Please ignore the previous set of Aquarians. Who this? No, we're not doing this. What's happening with Aquarius? Someone rising sign. The next 7 days. Make the effort. Yay. Okay, great love is worth taking the steps guided to take. Now, you're going to go through a South Node in the 7th house transit for the next 18 months. It's going to go in Leo, which is your house, in your house of marriage, open enemies, and so on. So you're going to attract a lot of lovers during this time period, or past life connections, especially since Jupiter is also going to be here for the next 12 months. So making the effort. You're going to have to, okay, all right. It is not enough just to show up and say, I'm a woman or a man, I deserve love. No, you're going to have to become who you want your partner to be. You're going to have to develop the qualities and characteristics and the appearance that you want for your ideal partner. So you have to become what you want. It's not enough just to show up and say, I'm a woman, I'm here, I'm a good person, I'm a man, whatever. That's not enough. You have to cultivate that identity. Not the identity of I want unconditional love from my parents, the identity of I want to attract a suitable partner that respects me, that's loyal to me, that's attracted to me, that wants to protect me, that's evenly yoked. You got to become that person. Don't just think you can show up and just be, not average, but give your relationship a chance. Make the effort. Work on your partnership. And a part of you working on that partnership is actually working on yourself. A part of the issue you're having is the fact that you don't take care of yourself. You don't take enough care of yourself. How am I going to say this? You don't put enough effort into yourself, your identity, your physical appearance, your wardrobe. Something is off. And that's why it seems like things cannot progress or move forward in any healthy way or any consistent way. Like something's off balance. Itchiness. So yeah, you're gonna have to make the effort within yourself. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take and work on your partnership. What do I want to say about this? It's at the tip of my tongue. Make the effort. Give it a chance. Why am I drawing a blank? Talk about it. And you're going to have honest communications with your partner. You guys have a lot of insecurities about your physical appearance. And be honest with your partner about those insecurities. Because whatever you're doing to mask that insecurity is not working. It's making you look worse. So if you're insecure about your weight, you're wearing clothes that don't look good on you. Or if you're insecure about your hair is looking crazy. It don't look real. Or if you're insecure about your skin or something about your physicality, you're doing something that makes you look like you're obviously struggling with something, and you don't feel like this person will accept you for who you are. But you may be quite surprised. You may be surprised that this person accepts you as you are. They are okay with your weight. They're okay with the way you look, but you're not accepting it within yourself. So you're insecure about your physicality, and because of that, um, you're hiding parts of yourself that your partner would appreciate seeing or experiencing, because it would make the intimacy more organic or more real. It's almost like you're acting as if this person doesn't know what you're going through. They know what it is. They know what you're trying to do. Um, you see how she's looking away from him? She's like, you know, looking away from him. She's lacking confidence in herself. He's looking dead at her, but her eyes are closed. She doesn't want to be seen for who she is. And or he doesn't want, this could be a guy putting on a toupee, painting on his hair, using bijin or whatever you call it, right? Using whatever, a girdle. Like somebody's is hiding their imperfections and flaws, and the way they're hiding it, it makes them look worse. It makes it like obvious that you're insecure. So they rather see your bald head than a painted on hairline or painted on beard. They rather see the rolls in your back than you wearing something ridiculous. I don't know what that would be, but you just wearing something ridiculous. They rather see your natural hair than the baby hair wigs that look ridiculous on you. Like, so you can't really connect with this person because you're being fake. What's happening with Aquarius? So give them a chance to see the real you, and you'll be surprised at how they accept you, how receptive they are to this, and then be honest about it. Like, be honest about your insecurities. This is how I really look. This is my natural hair. I wish I had longer hair. I wish I would, da, da, da. And that will make them actually like you more. If you're honest and vulnerable with them, they'll like you more, because we all have insecurities, especially if they're older. We all have insecurities. So yeah, make the effort to be yourself with this person. The Emperor is a mature older man, a father figure. The Hangman. Yeah, this relationship cannot go on to the next level because of what I said. The Emperor doesn't want to be with somebody who's not an Empress. He wants to be with somebody who knows who they are, who is confident in themselves, who, is not insecure. Because if you're insecure, that's going to mess up his vibe. He didn't want to be around that. He wants to be around power. He wants to be around a powerful woman or a man. I want to be with somebody that I can show off. He didn't want to show off fakeness, or this. You may need a style makeover or something. Ace of Wands. Yeah, something new is coming here. 6 and 6, Venus. Yeah, but yeah, okay. This is not bad. Okay, so we have the Emperor, victory, earned success. I'm sorry, Emperor, the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, all upright. Then we have the Hangman, Ace of Wands, 3 of Cups, the Lovers, and the King of Wands. Okay. I have to regulate some things. Yeah. So, there's a potential for commitment here, but you really have to do things differently. You can't expect to attract someone of value, of status, of power, who's confident and sexy if you're not that person. This person gets a lot of attention, a lot of offers. They're waiting for someone that can match their swag or match their fly, and you have the potential, but their swag and their flyness comes from them being who they are and not apologizing for it. They want someone of equal or greater value than that. So, um, I'll be honest with you right now, this person that you're dealing with may have other options because if they're an emperor or the king of wands, they have other options. And you may think that you have, in order to compete, you have to look like somebody else, right? To get the attention that you want from him. He can see through, or they can see through the fakeness. They can see through the bullshit. They can see through the wigs. They can see through the bijan, the fake hair. They can see through your insecurities. So you might as well, you know, embrace your natural beauty and play up your what you have. Like enhance your natural beauty. That's what they want to see. They don't want to see the fakeness. They ain't got time for that. They don't appreciate it either. So yeah, in order for this relationship to work, you have to give them the chance to see you for who you are. Don't try to trick them into falling in love with an image or an illusion or representative. They want to see you in your natural state because that's what they're going to wake up to every day, right? They're not going to wake up to an image or a bunch of makeup or fake hair. The King of Wands is Leo energy. Leo is supreme self confidence, self acceptance. I don't want to say solipsism, but a little bit solipsism. Um, Self centeredness. This is courage, having the courage to be yourself. This person wants to get married eventually, but they have options. Three of Cups in the Lover's card. So they're waiting for the right one. You have the potential, but what's going to take you over the top, over the edge, I guess, or that's going to give you an advantage is if you learn how to take care of your natural body and play up your natural beauty. You have, everybody has things about them that are beautiful. We all have Venus somewhere in our chart, right? Venus could be in the 12th house, that's pretty feet. Venus could be in the third house, that's pretty arms, pretty fingers, pretty hands. Venus in the fifth house, that's Venus in the fifth is a beautiful neck, chest area, beautiful bust, and a beautiful face too. Because you know, Leo is the heart, but it's also like the parts of the body that are surrounding the heart, the chest, the face, the countenance, the personality. Although Cancer is the breasts themselves, Leo represents like the ribs and the whole like chest cavity area. So you'd have a beautiful chest if you're Leo, or beautiful legs, right? If you're Venus and Sagittarius. Depends on, so we all have things we can play up. So enhance what your natural gifts and beauties. And you, but you have to make the effort to do that. That takes work to look your best. Back in the day, it may have seemed like, everybody was skinny, but it was expected that you worked out and you didn't gain weight and you had your natural hair and you didn't wear too much makeup. That was expected. So you did whatever you need to do to fix your skin, your hair, your nails, your body. It had to be on point back in the day. Okay? So yeah, you have the potential. You're an attractive person because otherwise you wouldn't even be in this person's orbit. But play up your natural beauty. Okay? Enhance that. All right, next step, Pisces. Pisces is happening for you. Mars in the fifth house, high sex drive. I'm hearing Masquerade by George Benson. Are we really happy here with this lonely game we play? Looking for words to say to understand the reasons that we carry on this way. We're lost in the masquerade. Pisces. Somebody's lying. Is there a mask? Fakeness? What's going on? Somebody's lying about they're not happy. Somebody's not happy. Honeymoon, they're lying about this. This is fake. Yes, it's not real. This is fake. Honeymoon again. This card kept coming out. This is fake. Worth waiting for. Nope. No. What am I getting here? I'm getting love bombing again. Yeah. This is a masquerade. Let me explain why. So somebody may come to you and act as if you are everything they've ever wanted. You're the most perfect thing in the world. Which may be true. Right? I'm not saying you're not that person. But the codependency to me indicates that they're coming to you from a position of lack, of insecurity, of need. I'm going to tell you what I think you need to hear to get what I want in the moment. I'm going to love bomb you. I want to give you, gifts and vacations, and something is not 100% accurate. You're not going to see it until after the wedding, though, after the commitment. You're not going to see, or you haven't seen, how this person was able to not dupe you, but low-key manipulate you into thinking that they were something that they're not. Wait for the wedding. If you rush into a wedding, you're going to find out at some point this person is not who you thought they were. And it's not a small, minor oversight. This person has glaring issues that can determine or impact the trajectory of your lives, the quality of your lives. So if this person's insecure about their finances, they could have gotten with somebody who made less money than them, because now you're dependent on me for things. And as soon as you start making more money, as soon as you start becoming more successful than them, they'll try to sabotage you in some way. Big issue. This person may be insecure about your physical appearance or their appearance, right? So what will happen? Hold on a second. What is going on? This person could be insecure about physical appearance. So you met them and you were 300 pounds. Now you're down to 150 pounds. They're starting to show that they got an issue with that, trying to sabotage you, trying to guilt you into gaining more weight. You wouldn't have seen that until you had changed your life in some way. So you're not going to see this person's horns or their whatever come out, their demons come out, until you grow and evolve and change outside of whatever condition they met you in. They didn't meet you at your best. They met you when you were growing, and you're probably much younger than them, from a different culture, background. You probably don't have a lot of money, whatever. You're now growing and you're evolving, and they feel threatened by that, to the point where it can jeopardize your future. You won't see that until after you get married to this person. So somebody's lying about themselves. They're going to give you a good time or show you a good time, but the relationship will be okay as long as you stay stagnant, as long as you don't grow. Because when you grow, you challenge them to grow, and they're very insecure about that. They have a fear of success or a fear of failure, and they're very insecure about themselves. So they got with somebody who they thought they could impress easily. But as you come into your own, The things they use to impress you in the beginning of the relationship are not impressive anymore, and you may end up making more money than them. Now you're going to start seeing the claws and the fangs come out, and this could be 4, 5, 6, 7 years after you get married. Okay? So even though it's for Pisces, this could be especially true if you have any personal planets in the cardinal signs, especially Venus, Aries, Capricorn, Libra, or Cancer. Don't fall in love with the hype or the image. What's happening with Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs this week? You may find out that this person was only loving and adoring and supportive of you as long as you were not going to outgrow them, as long as you needed them. Okay. What's happening with Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, please? Pisces. King of Wands, Leonian, confident, swag, very attractive, a boss. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, that's your opposite sign. This is a hard worker, meticulous, detail-oriented, patient, practical, oppression. Ten of Wands, there we go. Therein lies the rub. You've worked hard, Pisces, or your partner's worked hard. Somebody's worked really hard. And because of their hard work, they're kind of on the same level or they're surpassing their partner. And your partner is trying to sabotage your advancement, or you're doing that to somebody else. So, for example, you guys have a child together. Your partner makes an okay salary, but you want to make more money. You want to get a nice house. So you decide to go back to school. Your partner will refuse to help you with childcare. They'll refuse to help you take care of the baby. They'll refuse to help you with homework or anything. They'll make it very hard for you to accomplish your goal because they don't want you to surpass them. If you want to lose weight, they'll make it very hard for you to do that. They will guilt you into staying obese so that you're not going anywhere. This is abuse. This is also somebody who can get you pregnant on purpose. They're going to try to get you pregnant on purpose to keep you dependent on them. So, under the guise of I love you, I want a family. I don't want our family to fall apart because you're going back to work. I want a child. They may convince you to have a baby with them to prevent you from advancing forward in your career, in your life in any way. Princess of Pentacles, baby, young child. Four of Pentacles. You're not going, what did I just say? Damn. Somebody could be trying to get you pregnant, Pisces. Jupiter's in your 5th house. No, it's in your 6th now. It was in your 5th. Are you pregnant now, Pisces? You don't know about it? Could be pregnant if you're a Pisces rising. Or an Aries rising. Pisces sun. Yeah, well, somebody's going to try to get you pregnant to keep you in the fold. To keep you attached to them, stuck. 6 of Wands, victory, success, sun card, Knight of Pentacles, lovers. Yeah, this person. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Man, the world. Come on now. The world represents the end of a cycle, right? The end of a situation or a circumstance. This person is afraid that if you level up, you're going to leave them. They're going to do something to sabotage your advancement, like try to get you pregnant, and you'll be torn about this situation. You'll feel stuck because you know in your heart this person will not help you raise that child, and they've gotten you pregnant on purpose. Or this person could be financially abusing you, spending your money on things that they shouldn't be spending their money on because they're trying to stop you from saving for a house or getting a new, or going back to school or starting a business. They're trying to keep you stuck with them. They don't want you to go past them in any way or to advance, right? So Knight of Pentacles and the Sun card, you have done really well for yourself, or you're outgrowing them in some way. There could have been an age difference between you guys, or like a financial difference. They could have made a lot more money than you, but now again you're surpassing them. So you're getting more attention, more shine, more validation externally from them, away from them, right? It's not coming from them only, it's coming from society and other people. So now they're going to make it hard for you to progress in your life. It's that simple, to advance. And they may do a multitude of things. They may stop you from losing weight. They may stop you from going back to school. They may try to get you pregnant. They may they may abuse you financially by spending your money, the money you've saved, on things that they shouldn't be spending it on. So for example, you saved $15,000 to go towards a new home. They may take out $5,000 or $10,000 for some bullshit and say that, well, this is both our money, right? They may sabotage you in very nasty Three of Swords covert ways, and you wouldn't see it until later. You wouldn't. This person hid their insecurities very well. They found somebody younger or not as established, very impressionable, and they love bombed them. But the whole time they chose you because they thought that you was going to go anywhere, because you didn't have nothing to offer, right? You were still, coming up in your own way. You were still growing. So they found a child, somebody who didn't have the resources they needed, and they married them, took care of them, and now you want to grow into your own. And here's when the fangs come out. Fangs and horns and hooves and all demonic stuff is going to start coming out when you start to come into your own. Don't let this person get you pregnant if you want to complete your degree or start your business. Don't let them do it. Do not let them convince you that the reason why you're having problems is because you don't have a child together and he wants more kids, or he wants a child with you. Don't let them do it. All of a sudden now he wants kids. When he first met you, or when they first met you, they didn't want kids. Or when they first met you, they were okay with you being obese. But now that you're losing weight, no, they said they were okay with you losing weight, but now that you're actually doing it, or they said I love you no matter how you look or how much you weigh. They told you they will love you regardless of how much you weighed. Now you're losing weight, it's a problem. They said they will love you if you finish school. They're okay with that. Now you're finishing school. That's the issue. So they thought that they would be able to lie to you and hold you back, I guess. They didn't believe that you would actually want to advance past them or to evolve in any way. That's why they married you in the first place, because they're very insecure, and they wanted you to be dependent on them financially, physically, mentally, or whatever. And now that you're growing up and coming into your own, they're going to try to hold you back and stop you from closing out the cycle and growing past them, or evolving past them, or making more money, making enough money to take care of yourself and your child without them. You understand what I'm saying? So be careful about jumping into a marriage or relationship because this person is selling you a fantasy. It's bullshit. You're going to find out only after you want to grow. If you want to stay stagnant and small and dependent on them, then they won't have an issue. They'll love you in their minds unconditionally. As soon as you want to do better for yourself, you're going to start seeing the hater come out, and the fear and the fakeness. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, Pisces. Thank you all for listening to this long reading. I look forward to reading your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.